I'm Zanana Rose, and this is Natural Living with Zanana, my YouTube channel where I share information, tips, and product reviews to help you live a more healthy, sustainable, natural, and non-toxic lifestyle. In this video, I'm going to share with you how my husband and I lost a total of 25 pounds combined during the coronavirus quarantine. So make sure that you watch this entire video to get all 16 of these really helpful tactics, because there's probably several of them that you're going to want to try and adopt as well. And I'm pretty sure that you are going to get great results too if you can try some of these amazing tactics. I think you'll be surprised at some of them. So since August of 2017, I have felt like I was 10 to 15 pounds overweight, and Chris was feeling like he was 20 plus pounds overweight. I'll show you my Weight Gurus app where you can see that since the summer of 2017, my weight has stayed above 125 pounds and basically between 125 and 135 through that entire time period. For years and years, most of my life I've been under 125 pounds, and that feels like a really good weight for me. You know how it is. You know what feels good in your body. Everybody is born with a different body, and you know what feels good to you. I feel good when I'm less than 125 pounds and when I feel strong and have some muscle and some tone. So I knew that this just wasn't right, and I've been going through perimenopause and other hormone shifts that I'm sure are impacting my weight, not to mention stress and cortisol and that sort of thing. So we have to look at the big picture when we're thinking about weight loss. And my husband was really feeling the same way. He felt like he was around 25 pounds overweight, and we had both been trying to lose that weight with diets like paleo, Whole30, keto, some other things that we tried in there, and nothing was working. So we really felt stuck until my husband remembered that at one point we tried the 5-2 fasting diet. And that's what he wanted to go back to because he felt like that worked the best for him. So at the end of February, he decided that he was going to start fasting again a couple days a week. And so I jumped on board, and that is the beginning of our journey. And that's what I'm going to tell you about now. I'm going to tell you 16 tactics that we discovered during these last 5 months that have really made us so successful at getting healthier, getting more fit, feeling good in our bodies, having great energy, getting good sleep, and losing weight that we have been holding on to for years and years. And like I said, I'm going to show you in my Weight Gurus app, you'll see my chart, and you'll see where my weight is staying above the 125 pound line. And now I am weighing 122 to 124 most of the time. And I'm still losing a few more pounds. Once I got to this weight, I realized I actually could use to lose just a couple more pounds, and I would feel really good being between 120 to 123. So that is my next goal, my perfect ideal weight, I believe. I'm still gaining muscle and working out, so we'll see how it turns out, but I'll be able to relax into this weight and give myself a little bit more freedom once I get to that point. So the other thing that happened is last year I got a Dexa Scan. With the Dexa Scan, they actually tell you your percentage of body fat, your body composition, how much is muscle, how much is water, and your true weight. They also do some fitness testing so that you can determine where your ideal workout range is. So that also really helped me as Chris and I were diving in to this time period where we wanted to focus on losing weight and getting our bodies back, feeling healthy and strong and solid in our bodies. I'll make a video about that at some point as well. So stay tuned for that for sure, because it has a lot of really helpful information that drove some of these tactics that I chose for Chris and I during this last 5-month period. So the first thing I want to talk about is the 5-2 diet. This is Dr. Michael Mosley's newer book. He wrote the 5-2 diet. I'll put links to both of his books in the description so that you can take a look at those. The 5-2 diet is available on Audible. I have it on Audible, and then I did purchase the Fast 800 diet, which is his updated version. In his original book, he actually talks about dropping your calories to 500 or 600 calories a day for 2 days out of the week, and then just eating regular or typical amount of calories for your body on the other 5 days of the week. So this is what we started with. We started with a fasting diet. So this is tactic number 1. I messed around with the calories. We started out with 800. That was really hard for both Chris and I. My husband is a big guy, and dropping down to this low of calories on each of the fasting days was actually pretty hard for him and for me. I'm a woman, we have hormones. Sometimes it's really hard to get to these low numbers. And even Dr. Mosley increased his calorie intake recommendation for his fasting in this book as well. So we played around. We got to a point where we felt like fasting down to 1,000 calories was just perfect for us. And we actually do it 3 days out of the week. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we cut ourselves down to 1,000 calories. And then the other 4 days of the week, Friday, all the way through the weekend, and Monday, I eat somewhere between 1,200 and 1,400 calories. My husband eats more like 1,600 to 1,800 calories on those days, most of the time. So that's tactic number 1. Adopt a fasting diet. You decide whether you want to do 5-2 or 4-3 like we did. But this type of fasting diet has worked for us 2 different times we've tried it with very good success. So tactic number 1, fasting diet. Tactic number 2 is counting calories. I know, you guys, that's so old school, counting calories, but I found that it really worked. The experts at Apex Fitness, where I went and got the Dexa score, they actually looked at my body and my body composition, my age, and what they determined is in order to lose weight, I would need to drop down to 1,100 to 1,300 calories, somewhere in there. So I used that as my reference point. And then they also recommended getting an app like MyFitnessPal. And in MyFitnessPal, you can actually track everything that you eat. And you guys, that was eye-opening for me. I had no idea how many calories we actually were ingesting. Chris and I had done keto and paleo type diets, and in a lot of those diets, they basically say you can eat whatever you want, but you need to eat these specific things or get rid of those specific things. And like I said before, that really just wasn't working for us. And I found that we were eating a lot of higher fat foods that are typical in these types of diets. More butter, more coconut oil, more nuts. That just adds up. So when I started using MyFitnessPal, I made recipes in there. They have lots of foods that are already in it. You can use your scanner and you can scan the barcode on the back of products that you're using. It makes it so easy and simple to track the calories. And I was blown away at some of the things I found there. By using that app, I was able to create healthy recipes for us and fix healthy meals that kept us in the calorie range that we wanted to be in. And we still felt really good about the things that we were eating because they were delicious. So counting calories, tactic number 2, may seem old school, but it really, really works. And it helped me to get in the mindset that I needed to be in order to cook healthy food for me and my husband. 2 more things I want to say about this. That tracking what I was eating actually helped me to pay attention to how I felt after I ate certain foods. So when I ate things that were a little more carb heavy, how did I feel compared to when I ate things that were a little more protein heavy or high in veggies? And so that helped to tailor the meals and the things that we would eat on a regular basis. The other thing I want to say about this is that after 3 or 4 months, I really had an idea of how many calories were in certain meals that we commonly eat. Like for breakfast, we ate eggs and some sauteed greens and things like that. And so I already knew how many calories that was, and I didn't have to continue using the app. So not all of these things have to be permanent, but for a good 3 to 4 months, it's a good idea to stick with a plan like this or something that you create and make up, because it takes time for these things to start working, for your body and your mind to fall into the habits that it needs to fall into in order to lose weight. Tactic number 3 is eat in a way that feels good to your body. So like I said a minute ago, when I started looking at calories and the types of food that I was eating and that we were eating, and with the history of trying different diets like Whole30 and Paleo and Keto, I learned a lot about my body and what felt good in my body. And there's so many diets out there, there's so many people out there telling you exactly how to eat. But we really need to feel into our body to get a sense of what feels good to us. And I realized what feels good to me did not always feel good to my husband. So even altering our diets within this 3 to 4 month period where we were doing this together helped us to be more in alignment with what works best for our own bodies. So that's what you need to do too. You don't have to follow anybody else's diet just like they recommend. You can choose what works for you. So what worked for me is having more of a paleo type diet. I need more protein. I have found that eating a lot of veggies is really good for me, and just a little bit of carbs here and there. I don't do well with no carbs at all, but I can't have too many. I can't have too much dairy. Too much gluten is not good for me. A little of those here and there is fine, but really sticking with a gluten-free type of diet, low in carbs, and a little bit less fat than I was eating previously has really been the ticket for me. So you have to try things and you have to see what works for your body, and trust yourself, trust your body, trust your inner knowing. You know what feels good to you. So that's what you need to do. I'm giving you permission to choose and create your very own diet that is custom tailored to you. It could be intermittent fasting, it could be keto, it could be vegan, it could be Whole30, it could be paleo. It's whatever you want it to be that you know feels right for you. Tactic number 4 is cut out all types of sugar. Cut out the maple syrup, the honey, the coconut sugar. All of those are some type of sugar, and it's going to have your blood sugar fluctuating, and that in itself makes it hard for your body to stabilize and to do the work that it needs to do in order to lose weight. And it messes with your energy, you guys. You probably have noticed when you eat something that is too high in sugar, you just don't feel good, and you'll have a sugar crash and all sorts of things. So we just cut out sugar completely. I use things like allulose, I use Lakanto, erythritol, and monk fruit sugar. I use stevia. All of those worked. I'm still baking. I'm still making my granola that I really like, but I just switched to some of those other sweeteners that work so much better for my body. So cutting out sugar has been really important in helping us to meet our weight loss goals. Tactic number 5, double the veggies. Veggies are so healthy for you, especially greens, and when you eat more veggies, you actually feel full and you're getting so many more nutrients. So at one point during this 5-month period, I realized we weren't eating enough veggies, and I decided to double the veggies. We could have salad and a steamed or roasted vegetable with a meal, or 2 different roasted vegetables with our meal. Like, who says you can't do that? So I would pick a protein and then I would make a couple of veggie dishes. And that would help us to feel so much more full with fewer calories than if we were eating something else like a carb or a higher fat item. So double the veggies. Tactic number 6, stop snacking. Eat 3 good meals a day and try to cut out any other eating in between meals and before bedtime. We have so many foods accessible to us all around us all the time. And it's so easy to just pick and snack and think, oh, I'm hungry. Oh, I need a little snack. You don't need a snack. Your body does just fine with 3 well-rounded meals per day. So stop the snacking, cut out the snacking. Of course, if you feel really hungry, you can choose wisely and eat something very simple, either vegetables or maybe a little bit of fruit in the afternoon, hard-boiled egg or some cheese or something like that. Something that's very healthy, not sugary. You can add a little bit of that in when you absolutely know that you need to, if you feel your blood sugar dropping and you need just a little something. But if you can, don't snack. And Dr. Mosley in his book actually says that we can actually go longer than we think we can hungry. When we feel those hunger pangs, we think we need to get some food right away, and if not, we're just gonna die. But actually, you guys, it's not even true. You can let yourself be a little bit hungry, and you're actually gonna be just fine. Your body will stabilize itself and figure out what it needs to do and start burning some of the stored fat that it has inside of its body. For centuries have had times when they've had more food and less food, and we make it through those times. So we really don't need to be snacking as much. We've trained ourselves to snack and we just don't need to. So cut out the snacking. We don't need to snack. And that right there reduces so many calories, so many unnecessary calories. And that brings us to the next tactic, number 7. Limit alcohol consumption. Alcohol has calories, and depending what you're drinking, some drinks have more, some drinks have less. Beer has a lot of calories, wine has a good amount of calories. So limiting alcohol consumption not only cuts your calorie intake for the day, but it also helps with your blood sugar stabilization. Drinking actually makes us hungry. So usually when we drink, we end up wanting some type of snack, some type of food after we've had a drink or two, and that just makes it so that we're eating more and more calories each day. And I don't know about you, but I actually feel a lot better when I don't drink as much. So I have been drinking maybe 1 time a week. I'll have 1 or 2 drinks, and that works for me. I don't need any more than that, and it lets me have a little freedom, a little bit of fun, a little bit of letting loose, which is why we drink, right? So I get that, but I don't have the other negative effects of alcohol on my blood sugar, on my body, my liver, all of it. So limit your alcohol consumption. And for sure, no alcohol on fasting days at all. So you'll go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or whatever days you choose for your fasting days without alcohol completely. Tactic number 8 is lift weights. I have been doing bar 3. It's really a great workout. I love it, but my body was used to it because I was going several times a week, probably 3 to 5 days a week. And it was just something that my body was really used to. And so that's one thing, is changing the type of exercise that you are doing can help boost your metabolism and change things up for your body. So that's one thing my naturopath recommended. She said, change up your workout routine. And the guys at Apex Fitness said, lift weights. Lifting weights is actually really important to helping your body burn calories. You create more muscle, and those muscles burn calories for you. So it may not seem like a lot of calorie burn in the beginning, but it actually helps you for the long run, even after you're working out. It's like magic, you guys. So Chris and I started lifting weights. We've been doing beach body workouts. He loves Lift 4 with Joel. If you've watched Lift 4, then give me a little comment down in the comment section, or let me know if you do Beachbody or any other workouts. What's your favorite workout? What do you love doing? Let us know in the comment section. And if you've been enjoying this information, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe and hit the little bell so that you get notified of future episodes. I do videos once or twice a week with lots more helpful information just like this. And if you know somebody that would appreciate this video, then be sure to share it with them so that they can get this great information as well. So back to lifting weights. We were doing Lift 4 with Joel on the Beachbody program, but it doesn't have to be that. You can pick whatever you like. For us, that worked during quarantine. Here we are inside of our own house, can't get out. Fortunately, we had weights and we've been able to use those weights. I started with 2.5 pounds, 5 pounds, 8 pounds, 10 pounds, and that was great. It was a perfect place for me to start. Now I'm up to using more like 15, 17.5, 20, even 25 and 30 pounds to do some of the exercises. And I've got a few clips I'm gonna throw in here for you guys of me working out with Chris this morning and using my weights to do a lower body workout. So that's what we've been doing. It's hard and it definitely takes energy. Sometimes I have to have a resting day afterwards, or even 2 resting days for my body to build the muscles and relax and fully recuperate. But you guys, it's been great. I can see my body getting more toned up, my lower body, my upper body, and I feel good. Now, we also walk in between the weight days and even sometimes on the days we're lifting weights. So we probably walk a good 4 to 5 times a week in addition to 3 weight training days per week. And that has been a good fit for us, but you can figure out what works well for you. I highly recommend lifting weights. It really, really works at helping you to achieve your weight loss goals. Tactic number 9 is burn 500 calories per day. Now, before I had no idea how many calories I needed to burn or what I needed to be doing. I read something on Google that said women in the perimenopausal time need to burn about 500 calories per day. That helped me so much to have a goal and something that I was aspiring to in each day. And so what I did in order to help me is I got a polar heart rate monitor. And I've got another little picture of me wearing my polar heart rate monitor. I love this thing, you guys. You may not have noticed, but I love weighing and measuring and tracking. So all of these apps have just been so fun for me to just get into and figure it out. Must be my nurse brain or something about having a lot of Libra in my chart where I like to weigh and measure things. So this has been incredible. So I put this on before we go for a walk, before we lift weights, and I can see how many calories I'm burning each time that I'm exercising. Now, I don't get to 500 calories every single day, but that has been my goal, and with a workout and a walk, I can easily get to that. If we go take a walk around the city or go on a hike, we're easily getting 500 calories in. So on average, trying to do 500 calories a day is really great, and that can help offset the days when you are actually eating more calories. So I love this guy. I'll put a link down in the description for this polar heart rate monitor. You can use anything though. If you have a fitness watch of any kind, those work too. This one is really accurate. You get a little app on your phone. The app is super cool. I'll show you what that looks like too. And it just gives you a place to track and monitor your progress and how you're doing with your calorie burn. Trying to burn 500 calories per day is tactic number 9. Tactic number 10 is drink plenty of fluids. If you've got a glass of water on hand all the time, that can help when you're like, oh my gosh, I want something in my tummy. Then grab some water, grab a flavored drink, some fizzy water, something that doesn't have any calories. A cup of tea is great too. Just anything to keep you hydrated and keep you feeling like your body is getting the nourishment that it needs. And play around with your water intake a little bit, because I actually, for my body weight, it says I just need like 64 ounces, but I've actually found that 72 ounces works much better for me. And the MyFitnessPal app actually has a place where you can track your fluid intake. So that app was very helpful to me in the beginning, just to make sure that I was getting plenty of water. And you actually flush out fat through your urine, and drinking water and keeping yourself hydrated is going to help you flush out any of the toxins that you're flushing out that are stored in fat, and flush out the fat as you're losing weight. So drinking water is a really important tactic. All right, just a few more here, guys, and these are good ones. So hang out with me just a little bit longer to get all the rest of these tips. You're really gonna want to hear number 15. I've saved some of the best for last, and 15 is probably really going to surprise you. But let's talk about number 11. Number 11 is get lots of good sleep. Sleep is so important to our health in so many ways. But the main reason that it's important in relation to diet is cortisol. And when your cortisol levels are too high, it actually causes weight gain around the belly. And that's something that I have experienced personally over the last several years, especially when you have a lot of stress in your life. The cortisol can really get triggered, and that just causes that weight gain around the middle. So sleeping a lot helps to lower your cortisol levels and actually helps you to be able to lose weight and keep it off. So if you need to use tools like melatonin, or I wear an eye mask and earplugs, and I have a weighted blanket, I mean all the things to make sure that I get a super good sleep at night. So at least 8 hours is really good. 7 hours occasionally at the very, very minimum is okay, but really we need to be striving for around 8 hours, at least 8 hours of sleep. And believe it or not, that helps with achieving your weight loss goals, achieving your goal at maintaining your good, healthy weight that feels really good in your body, whatever that is for you. And tactic number 12 is eating out less. And I think that was one of the really big keys to this period of time when we've all been at home on the stay-at-home orders. The thing about eating out is there are several different problems with it. One is you see that menu, they're gonna cook it for you, so you just say, ooh, that looks good, and that looks good, and that looks good, I want that too. And plus, give me some of that yummy looking dessert that lady had. So we all want to just eat it all. And the food is typically delicious, but it's also calorie dense and rich. We're just eating more than we normally eat. Then the other part is the quality of the food. If they're just ordering food from some of the regular food shipment companies that ship meats and foods all across the country to the restaurants, you guys, the quality is gonna be so poor. The quality of the meats will be poor, the fat content is gonna be high, and you don't even know what those fats are. They could be peanut oils or corn oils, or yuck, it's just not good. And I'm telling you, I like the things like tater tots and French fries and pasta and creamy sauces and cheesy stuff, and the list goes on and on. So when we don't eat out, we're just cutting that out completely, and we don't have to worry about eating the higher calorie, unhealthy, poor quality foods that are typically found at restaurants. And don't get me wrong, I love to eat out. I totally love eating out. I'm a total foodie, but what my husband and I have been doing is really picking and choosing as we're starting to go out more and more. We're really just picking and choosing the restaurants that we are willing to go to that we know have good, high quality, farm fresh, local foods that they're finding in our area, and we're choosing those restaurants. It might cost a little bit more, but if you're not going out as often, you're gonna save money in the long run. So choose wisely when you go out and choose your menu items wisely. My husband and I share a dish. We get a lot of veggies while we're there, and it works. That really, really works. Number 13 is reduced exposure to toxic chemicals. So that is one thing that I think has had a big impact on our weight loss, is my work in starting this YouTube channel, and before that, my commitment to reducing exposure to toxic chemicals in our life, whether that be from eating non-organic foods or the skincare products or body care products we're putting on our bodies, the furnishings and off-gassing of things in our home. And actually at our old house, we had a hot tub, so we were soaking in those hot tub chemicals, breathing in those hot tub chemicals. All of these things contribute to your exposure to toxic chemicals. So when you can cut out some of those things, the bad toxic cleaning products that you're using in your home, cut those out. And that reduces your toxins in your body, your toxic overload. And those toxins can be obesogens. They can actually be triggering weight loss in our bodies. So reducing those chemicals is really, really important. And if you want more information about that, stay tuned to my channel, because I'm bringing you information about toxic chemicals very regularly. And like I said, it is so important to reduce those as much as possible on so many levels, including in the area of weight gain. So eat organic veggies, eat quality meats, and reduce your toxic exposure in your household and in your personal care products. Tactic number 14 is have a partner. Having a partner helps to keep you accountable to your plan, to your goal. You can lean on each other when it gets tough to continue on, and it just helps you stay motivated to stay on track. So if you can have a partner, I had my husband to do this with. If you can have a girlfriend or a family member who you can go through this with, that really helps. Someone in your own household is ideal, but if not in your own household, someone you can call up, talk to when you need to is really great. So tactic number 14, have a partner to keep you on track. 2 more tactics, guys. So number 15 is allow yourself to have some treats and some free days, free nights. This is the one I thought you were gonna want to hear. Now, we can't stick to a strict diet 100% of the time. That's just really hard for pretty much everyone. So if you can allow yourself to have some of those treats, my husband loves chocolate chip cookies, so he gets one here and there on the days when he's not doing the fasting part of our eating plan. And especially once you are seeing good results, then you can relax a little more. And so I have things like pasta that I really love, or that dessert that looks amazing at the restaurant, and we let ourselves enjoy those foods because we are a culture of enjoying food. We love to enjoy food at holidays. We love to go out with our friends and our family, and we need to have those really beautiful, positive experiences. We need to indulge in things that just taste good and feel good sensually. So you need to let yourself have that time. You need to let yourself have those treats and those free times and not feel guilty about it at all. So I'm giving you permission to do that. I've given myself permission to do that. And I think it's really important in helping us to stick to something that really works for us. And that brings me to number 16. Tactic number 16 is treat this like a lifestyle. This is not a diet. It's something that you commit to, that you stick to, that you are doing for your health and your well-being and your longevity. You want to have a really good, happy, healthy life. And so doing this for yourself is actually loving yourself. It's giving yourself exactly what you need to live your very, very best life. So think of it as that. Think of it as a lifestyle, and keep your goal in mind as you're going through this. Keep that at the top of your mind. This is my goal. My goal is to be healthy. My goal is to be fit. Maybe there's a weight number in there. Maybe there's not. For me, tracking my weight using my scale, I have a scale and an app. Of course, I have a scale with an app. I like to weigh myself every day. That really helps me to keep the goal at the top of my mind. Maybe for you that doesn't work, you get to choose. But I love looking at the weight. It helps me keep my goal in mind. And pay attention to your self-talk. How are you talking to yourself about this? Are you beating yourself up when you have had a little extra snack or cookie or something like that? Or are you saying, hey, that's all right, Sanana, you needed that. That was important to you at that moment. You needed the nourishment or whatever it was that eating that extra thing brought to you. So that's okay. But tomorrow or the next meal or whatever is a chance for you to start again, get back to your commitment, get back to your goal. And if you can stick with it and treat it as a lifestyle, something that you're doing that is a gift to yourself, that is a way that you're loving yourself, that is the way that I have looked at it, that has been so helpful to me and has helped me to stick with it over these last 5 months. And I think we're just going to continue on like this for the foreseeable future. I'm adopting it as my lifestyle. And I've lost 10 pounds. My husband has lost 15 pounds, and I'm going for about 5 more. He has about 10 to 15 pounds more that he would like to lose. And so we're sticking to it, guys. So those are my 16 tactics. Let me know what you think of them down in the comment section below. Let me know if you've tried any of these things or if you have figured out your own lifestyle for a healthy weight that works the best for you. I want to hear your tips and tricks too. So leave a comment, and again, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell so that you get notified for the next episode, and share this with anyone you think would be interested in this type of information. Thanks so much, guys, for stopping by my channel. It's been so great having you here. I love you all very much, and I really appreciate you in this community. I wish you the very best of health, and I'll see you again on the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Hi, everyone. I'm Zanana. Welcome to my YouTube channel. You like to be in the tests.